Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm GhostPrime. I'll take a look at Legacy Evolution Beachcomber. He first appeared, I believe it was the second season of the Generation 1 cartoon, and he kind of appeared out of nowhere, but he has a standout episode, and that was the Golden Lagoon. I'm sure you guys have seen the Golden Lagoon, but it starts out with actually Beachcomber finding that Golden Lagoon. And this is cool because he actually includes a little parakeet accessory here on him for that. A completely unnecessary accessory, but it's kind of a nice little callback to that episode. Now he is a deluxe scale, but he's kind of big for a deluxe, and this one actually kind of blew me away a little bit. I didn't expect this to be as good as it is. So please sit back, relax, hit that thumbs up button, ring the bell for notifications, leave me a comment while you're there, and without any further ado, let's get to the review. All right, so first we have a quick look at the packaging here. You show him on here on alt mode. Yes, I've opened it, but I couldn't. I had to check him out. Here on the side, there he is with his gun and his little parakeet from Golden Lagoon. His close up on his face. Side is the box art for Legacy Evolution. And here he is on the back. His Evo Fusion gimmick is his gun. It becomes the front of the car. Okay, sure. And shows him in robot mode in 11 steps. So on the top, if you want to see his bio, go ahead and scan that. And here's what you get in the package. But be careful because he does come with this. If you don't see it at first, it's wrapped up pretty tightly in that paper. This is, let's see if I get focus, super detailed for what it is. Look, they even gave him a pupil. That's so cool. Sure, they could have given it a little bit more color, but you know what? This is pretty rad as it is. And it's done in this soft, almost rubber. It feels like rubber. I think it's PVC, which I'll get into a little bit later with that. And here comes with a gun, which has a port here, which is kind of unsightly. Done in a gray plastic and painted in the gloss black. And then you have the robot. And just getting in close here, I think he looks fantastic. On focus. Looks, he does. I love, one of the little details I love is there's dark gray under the silver right here. I think that's a nice touch to really bring out that detail. Got the paint on the abdomen there. No real paint here except for on the legs. You have the silver portion, which was in the cartoon, but only in the buggy mode. Wheels. So I'll get into about that later, which is one of my favorite parts. Overall, I think it's pretty good. Very little kibble on it. So for the little parakeet, he has these tabs right there. He could just sit right on his shoulder, just like that. And his gun, of course, can be pegged into his hand. Put on the side for some reason if you want to. On the back here, you could store it on the back so if you don't want him holding a gun. And it is blast effect compatible, although it's tight on there, and I do worry about getting the paint scratched off over time because it is, like I said, just really painted with a thick black gloss paint. So for comparison, here he is with his cartoon version. Here he is with the Power of the Primes, or with the Prime Wars trilogy, whatever version of him, which he's a lot bigger. Here he is with Bumblebee. So you get an idea of kind of a modern mini-bot with him. He is taller. He's kind of big for a mini-bot, as you can even tell. Overall, I think he's pretty good. We'll go over articulation real fast. You know, nothing spectacular, but this is a problem here. He can only go out that far. Makes sense. I understand why. It's because the big wheels all the way around the shoulders, bicep all the way around, 90 degree at the elbow. Interestingly enough, he does have wrist swivel, which is a very nice touch. His head, I think it's on a ball joint. Yeah, a little bit of looking up and down. He definitely turned 360 degrees. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah. I knew. I'm like, I did this before. Yeah, he can. It just kind of hits right there for some reason. I can't get it all the way. I don't know what's going on in there. I'm not going to force it too much, but he should be able to turn 360. Leg could go out pretty far, full run that way. He has about 90 at the knee. He does have ankle pivots. And kibble-wise, really the only kibble is this part right here on the back. So it's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Oh, yeah, the wrist, the waist is 360 as well. No, ab crunch or anything like that because it is a mainline. But man, this thing is great for a mainline figure. And I wasn't going to get it at first. I just wasn't going to get this. It is just really, really good for a mainline figure. So I did say I wanted to talk about the wheels, right? First thing, this is a soft PVC rubber, and it looks great. You got a pin there, the pin wheels, silver on the hubcaps. This is really good. I like this. I was super surprised. I did not expect to see that when I opened it up at the packaging. It just kind of makes the figure for me. It just makes it feel that much more premium. It's a solid figure, really solid. Like the plastic is really nice, super solid. He's actually easy to transform. I mean, he is Beachcomber, right? So I'm just going to get into his transformation right now. First thing we want to do is make sure his head's straight. Just pull that up. And then I'm going to take the legs, move that down a little bit. There's panels back here. And I'm glad that these panels back here because they make it so the hollow isn't showing. Another little nice feature of it. Let's move these up right here. And then we could take it and move the bars right there up. And go ahead and move these on either side all the way up. You kind of keep these right here like that. Then go ahead and fold them back and around. And then you can see there's tabs. Right? You tab that together. And then there's like a little slot in there, and there's a tab down there. So you kind of get that together. Right there. Take these, move those in. So it kind of clears up the bottom there. And there's a nub right there, a tab and a slot, if you could see it, because my camera keeps going out of focus. There we go. And you just kind of put that in there. This is kind of tricky here, but there is there's 3 holes, but this is the one you want, the one in the middle. Put that little tab in that slot, just like that, on either side. Then you want to make sure that this is together, and these 2 pieces are pushed in. This is just like the Power of the Primes one. Make sure those are pushed down. Almost done. Take the gun, slide it into the peg hole right there, the slot right there, peg at the slots. You see on the bottom, it has the 2. Squeeze it together a little bit. Get that in there. Keeps the whole thing pretty much together. And there you have the buggy mode. And in buggy mode, it rolls excellent. I mean, the rubber wheels are fantastic, pinned all around, absolutely wonderful. I really wish that they had made these like this. You can see there's the back of his arms, kind of our 5mm ports. So what you can do with this, with the little bird, is you can put him right in there. So you can have him riding along on the buggy. And the detail-wise, it's not so bad. You won't be able to see on the front window, but the front bar's there because of the feet. But it's not bad. It looks good. Like the skid plating there is really done well. I mean, see the head, the back, but I don't really care. Don't have a problem with that. I think he looks fantastic. And he is fairly large for deluxe. Or I should say large for a mini bot, rather. So he is pretty good size. You can see there he is next to the previous version. And I loved this version. I wasn't going to get this. I kind of got it on a whim. I was like, oh, well, I might as well pick it up. I'll do a review on it. See, well, maybe I don't really need it. I need it. Unfortunately, this one's going. This one has a lot going for it. This one is very, very cool. As you can see the size there. I mean, he is pretty big. The one thing I always liked about this is you can fit the little figure in the inside there. That's something that you can't do with this one. But I'm okay with it. I absolutely adore this. Here he is with a larger deluxe to get an idea of the size. He's a huge buggy. I mean, he would be much smaller in real life. And one more quick look at him before we get into final thoughts. So in conclusion, this is actually the way I think that Transformers should be made. This is the quality that they should be. I don't think they should be anything under this. The rubber tires, pinned wheels, fantastic. He is really solid plastic. I really feel like if I throw him across the room, he won't break. This is a great figure. He's really well proportioned. He has some nice paintwork. It's good. Not masterpiece level, which I've heard people throw around, but he is very good. This is really where they should be operating at. If they could possibly afford to, I guess that's the problem, right? I hope this is going to be a new trend, more and more with rubberized PVC or something like that for the tires. The one thing I will say is be careful about the little birdie here. Do not lose this. It's super tiny and very easily lost. But anyway, I appreciate you stopping by. I'm going to have reviews coming up pretty soon. It's not going to be as long of a gap in between. I got a lot to review. So anyway, see you next time.